Hello. Hello. Good evening. Good evening. There we go. Hello, hello, hello. How are we today? How are we doing? It has been a day. How are we? I'm still finishing eating up food. Like, wow, D&D went long today. Who was all there? Who was all there? All over there over at Nat 19? Who was all over there? Who was able to catch session 1? And that was batshit crazy? It was a little bit kooky, yeah. A little bit of a kooky time. Did Aylin? It was a bit of a kooky time, if I do say so myself. I was. Hi, Lunar Blood. How we doing? Welcome. For anyone who is coming from Nat 19 who isn't aware who I am, just in case, I am the player behind Lilia, the Banui Petal Knight. I hope you enjoyed her time on her time here. I was actually really nervous. I was very nervous. And once battle started, I was like, ah, shit. Ah, fuck. Yeah. I think it was a really fun time, though. It's been a bit since I've had fun in D&D. I'm gonna say this right now. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. It's been a hot minute since I've had, like, a lot of fun with D&D. I kind of let myself mostly be, like, quietly excited. Didn't? You didn't? That's okay, Sporkberg. I was really nervous. I was in this thing where I'm like, I kind of gotta, I told myself, I was like, I can't be how I was the very first session of DMS. I can't be bumbling a lot. I gotta know how to describe her and all that stuff. It was, thank you. It was, I kind of tried to keep myself from being hyped. I was definitely excited for it, but I kind of let myself be, like, quietly excited because I was also really nervous. Because I'm just like, oh my god. There's, like, well, I played with Brayden once, which was the Crystal Tieflings, but, like, they're, like, technically still, like, 3 people that I haven't played with, that I don't know how they are at the table. Never knowing what the vibe is gonna be. Like, you always have an idea of how a character is gonna be, and then they open their mouth, and then suddenly it's completely different. I'm kind of happy to say that with Lilia, she started, pretty much how I expected her to. Very kind of airheaded, a little bit confident because she knows what she's doing. Just a touch of gremlin, but overall just like being upbeat and sweet. And I'm really looking forward to seeing how everybody's characters turn out and the dynamics that we end up having. I was looking in the Nat 19 chat in the server, and someone has coined the term the Gilligan, and I fucking love that. I fucking love that. The D&D player, any suggestions for a newbie at DM? I could not tell you. I have never DM before. Just one second. I'm still mad my alarm was set wrong, so I didn't catch the start. The only thing I could say is in terms for advice for a newbie DM, from a player standpoint, don't be afraid of, don't be afraid. Hi, Krabozy. Don't be afraid of, not knowing anything. Don't be afraid to be kind of caught with your pants down, I guess. DMs at the end of the day are, in a way, another player like us. They have to know and remember a lot of things, and sometimes you're gonna have a brain fart, and sometimes you're gonna slip, and that's okay. So it's okay if you make a mistake. It's okay if something maybe happened that you didn't plan for. And, you know, or maybe if you decided to make a puzzle and your players just kind of bashed through it instead and didn't really do the puzzle, like, don't get mad at them for that. Don't be afraid to not know, and having fun is the most important part. 90%. Yes. I would say, encourage your players to talk to you at the end of a session if they have any concerns. And that's as simple as just being like, I hope you guys enjoyed game. If you guys have any questions or any concerns or anything you want to say, freaking let me have it, whether right here while we're still at the table or in DMs, and we can talk about it. So always be open to having a conversation with your players, but do not force them. Do not force them to have a conversation with you. That part's important. And do not assume that if your players don't say anything, that they don't care. If they didn't care, they wouldn't be at the table. Okay? I say this because I have dealt with very, very anxious DMs who do not understand that sometimes players don't want to talk after a game. Yeah, I had a big thing planned once, my party just bulldozed through it. Honestly, was more mad at myself than them. Yeah, no, I get it. Heckin', now that I think about it, now that I think about it, hold on. I should probably share something. Blah, blah, blah. Hold on. Let me quickly just grab something, and then I'll show it here in the chat, because now that Gilligan's grave has happened, I can show off something. There we go. Okay. So now that I've gotten that out of the way, let me turn on the lights real quick, because it's gonna look weird if the lights aren't on. Only got the very beginning of Gilligan's in love with the bunny girl. Yay! I'm glad. I'm always like, maybe this is just me being paranoid, but I think a lot of people can relate whenever like you're in a new table and it's time to, like, you know, like, be the characters and see where everybody comes in. That little bit of anxiety where it's like, ah, fuck, everyone's gonna fucking hate me. I can now show this off, and I'll probably, I'm actually gonna show it off in the Project Mouthwash server as well. Let me. Love your dynamic with Justice's character. Saw her immediately went, oh, that's Anna's girl. I've run a couple sessions for an adventure which the party came up with a completely different outcome for it compared to what the book suggested, but I'm always looking for advice to help with DMing as well as being a player. Yeah. I'd say there's plenty of sources online, whether it be on YouTube or guides and things like that, that can like get you an idea of like where to start, any like tips or things to get an idea, things like that. So I've also shared it in the player commissions in the Project Mouthwash channel. And now for those into Shrimp, it's fucking huge. I'm gonna have to talk to the artist to see if I can use this as a little thingy. But a while back, I got a heckin' cheebers. I got a heckin' cheebers of the Banui. I actually ended up winning it that I wasn't aware of. I wasn't aware that I entered, I was helping heckin' Spicy, which I'm gonna shout them out here just randomly, don't mind me. Spicy Bara was having a donathon stream that they were raising some money, and I guess I guess people who donated were entered into like a thing where like the top donors would get like free art, and I did not know. So I get a random message from Spicy being like, "Hey, you got freaking free art. Contact this person with stuff." And I was like, "Oh." And fortunately for me, they were a furry artist. And I was like, "Oh, hell yeah. Freaking let's go." And it just kind of worked out. Let me see if I can find their, here we go. I also have their X account. They do furry characters. They go by she, they are Dreamy Boogrim. So it's always fortunate. Yeah, they just happen to be a furry artist, and I was like, I don't know who to ask for. They have a very, very cute, like, cartoony style that is absolutely adorable. And, yeah, so I put their, see if they have a Twitch. Do they have Hemgam Twitch? They go by Dreamy Boo. Like that? Yeah, so they go by Dreamy Boo as well, so feel free to give them a follow, whether it be on the Twitch or on the Twitter. And yeah, no, they did an absolutely amazing job with Lilia. I was like, I don't know who to ask for. You draw furries. Bunui. Bunui. But yeah, I'm thinking of asking them if I could use it as technically quote unquote a stream asset, where I would just put her, because now that I have this, I would just put her like somewhere like right here. Like she would look like a little figure on the shelf somewhere. I'd put her right here, and she'd look like she's on the shelf or some shit. I don't know. We'd cross the bridge when we get there, or freaking put her here. I don't know. It's a cute idea, but we'll work it out later. She'll be great. Anime standees, yeah, anime standees, plushies, things like that. But yeah, I haven't gotten any art of her because I wasn't really well, at the time I wasn't really sure if I was like allowed to share the designs or anything like that. But like Logan was like, you can do what you want as long as you don't like share the official art and stuff, and it's like you keep it under wraps. And I was like, neat. So yeah, I've held on to this for a couple months now. I heard furry, and now there's a cute rabbit on the screen. Yeah, because a while back I heckin' got some art of our new Banui girl. But yeah, and right now, man, the biggest challenge, I think, in my brain at least, from like making a furry character or a very anthro character is gonna be finding artists. Not that there are no like furry artists that I can't find. Some of them are just a little bit out of my budget. There are a couple that I do know that are within budget, easy. But yeah. If I ever get into a commissioning craze, I always give it a couple games before I see how I feel about things. Furry artists they can be a little pricey. They can be a little bit pricey. But that was one challenge I had when I was creating a character. I was like, do I want to play, because I was like, I want to play a bunny girl. I want to play a bunny girl. And let me make this go now. So I have had the concept for Lilia in my head since, oh my god. Spicy, hello! Hello, welcome. Oh my goodness. When was...
No, I'm not trying to suck your toes, but hey, pretty girl, I'm sucking toes. The way you do the things you do reminds me of me sucking your toes. That's why I'm all up in your toes.
Hello, Spicy. Heckin'. What was I saying? Blech. Okay, so when I was... The concept for Lilia, I have had in my head, I want to say since, like, way last year. Lynn, if you're in the chat, when did you come up with Shinohara? Because, like, the concept for Lilia was not that far after you made Shinohara. I had thought, but originally she was going to be like just a straight bunny girl. As in like girl with bunny ears and things like that. I had always thought about Petal Knight because I remember Lynn and we were talking about we were talking about like what? Sorry, say. Around what time last year did you create Shinohara? Because it wasn't that long after, or it was very close to that time when you created Shinohara, when we were looking at the setting guide, or like the races, not the setting guide, but like the PDFs for like the Hanyo and stuff. I know around that time you were creating Shinohara, and we were looking at the Somnus Domina material when they were still separate PDFs, and around that time I created like the concept for Lilia, where it was gonna be like a bunny girl Petal Knight, and she was gonna be pretty much the general idea that we like slightly entertained was her and Shinohara going on little things together and stuff. It was just mostly just like silly talk. I was just trying to think what time around it was like sometime, it was definitely last year that you created Shinohara, and I'm trying to remember when exactly. I want to say it was I want to say early to mid last year. But yeah. It was gonna be like just a bunny girl that was also a Petal Knight, but I didn't know what specific type of Petal Knight yet. And I was still like thinking up what would be sort of fun for her. Originally, because like Logan had approached me for Gilligan's Grave a long time ago. And I had told him that I wanted to play a Petal Knight. I just knew that I wanted to play a Petal Knight, but I wasn't sure. And I looked at the Hanyo and I was like, hey Logan, I noticed you don't have a rabbit in the Hanyo list. Is it possible to play a rabbit Hanyo, or would that be like too much work to figure out a block for? Camellia has my fave flavor of all the Petal Knights. Wish I could have had a better chance to really use its kit. The party I was in just melded with it after a fight. Oh. Yeah, when it came... So here's the thing. When I came to Logan with the concept for Lilia, she was actually going to be like very, very Lily based. But the Petal Knight, but the two biggest hurdles was that there was no Bunny Hanyo and there was no Lily Petal Knight. Sorry, I don't thank you though. Oh, no worries. If anything, I can just look at past history. Let's see. Let's see. I'm just looking here, trying to see. I'm seeing June. So funny enough, around this time last year, you were creating Shinohara. And yeah, around that time I had so yeah, around this time last year. So it's been about a year. But heckin' yeah, so there was no Bunny Hanyo and there was no Lily Petal Knight, which I was like, ah, fuck. I'm not gonna ask you to, like, how we can do that, where I'm gonna see what's in the book. And it's funny because when it came to the Petal Knight, I wanted to initially stay away from the color pink, because it was like, I think it was gonna be that thing of like, it's gonna be way too obvious once people see her, like, oh, that's fucking Squeaky's character. That's her character. The pink thing, that's her character. And originally, Lilia was going to be like a blonde, blue-eyed, like something sort of a rabbit girl, or probably like, if not blonde, white, like essentially like a white rabbit. And oh, history, sorry, trying to think, your voice sounds nice. Don't worry about it. But we what was I saying? I've been wanting to play the Petal Knight like since it came out, because it was just like so really pretty and it really gave a lot of Utena vibes. So when I created this character, no worries, hun, you're not feeling well. Sorry for waking you up. No worries. But I had the general ideas. I never concepted anything down. I just had like the points in my head. And once it came time to talk to Logan, the two main things weren't there. So then he was like, but I do have something called a flooflin. I was like, what is a flooflin? And he showed me. And I saw it and I was like, this is just a rabbit. This is just a fucking bunny. And he was like, yeah, they're gonna be bunny people. And I was like, bunny people. Okay, I was like, And I was like, how do we make it less furry? OMG, Petal Knights are the anime magical girl class. Again, I had super Utena vibes from the Petal Knight. Like, super Utena vibes immediately. And, when he showed me the flooflin, I was like, okay, so, like, how do I make this look less bunny? Like, less overtly bunny? And he was like, oh, well, luckily for you, I'm working on something for the setting guide, which at the time the Kickstarter wasn't out yet. It was like, this was like getting into definitely the latter half of last year. And he was like, I am working on something for, let me just darken it up a bit more. I'm working on something for multi-race classes and things like that. And we can work something out. To get that, like, maybe bunny anthro feel. Because then, when I thought more about her, I was like, okay, bunny girl, maybe a little less bunny. And then I thought about Janice from Chrono Cross. And the idea with Janice, if you look her up, is she has, like, big fluffy paws, like big fluffy, like, paw hands. Big fluffy bunny feet. She has the tail, and then she has the big loppy ears. But other than that, like 80% girl. And I had thought about that for a bit, and that I stuck to that idea for a while. And I sat there with it for a good bit. Up until around the time that Logan was like, okay, so we're getting to the point where we're gonna need to start solidifying character ideas. So start like putting down your concepts and stuff. I remember we talked where we were like building the character sheet. And after looking through all the Petal Knight epithets and looking into the flooflin and stuff, we decided her flooflin sub-race, which is Leafly. And then I ended up choosing, it was between the Camellia and the Gardenia. But I felt like the Gardenia's general mood, I think that one was more of the healer class. I think that one was the healing, the actual healing one, if I'm remembering right. And it was, again, it was a really white flower, and I was like, I don't know about that one. And I just, for some reason, just decided, like, I wanted her to be a support role, kind of on the idea of, like, where, like, she picks somebody to, she's a support, and but in that, like, she picks somebody to support with. The one that really seemed to fit just the general vibe of the epithet and the kit was the Camellia class. And I was like, oh man, I like this one. But then it came to, like, setting up her kit when we talked to Logan. Yeah, it was one where I was like, I like the idea of the Wylam bond. I like the idea of, like, picking a specific person in the party and being like, you. So kind of like dancer support. Yeah, I didn't want to say dancer support from 14, but yeah, it's like you pick a partner and that's your partner for the battle. And that's what kind of, that I really kind of liked that. I thought that was really different. It was like, you're my partner. We're gonna freaking do things. I'm gonna support you. You're gonna support me. And I liked the idea too when it came, when Logan had asked us, hey, Segi, Justice is going to be starting out in the same general area as you. Do you want to potentially know each other? To which I was like, we kind of sat on that for a bit, on how we wanted to know each other, how much they knew, how close they were, how familiar they were. And I liked the idea of, like, if they were ever on, like, expeditions together, if there was an issue where she needed to, like, he and her needed to defend who they were looking after, she was essentially, like, that support. So, like, they would work together, and that's why they have, like, a bit of a bickery friend kind of dynamic, where it's like, again, they're pretty familiar with each other, their families know each other pretty well. But yeah, and I think that was really, really fun. I hope with, like, earlier some things where she's like, okay, so how do we delay going to wake up Skarn? Like, I hope that didn't come off as, like, her not liking him, because it's far from the case. She loves everybody. But originally, when I had picked her Leafly thing, apparently I told Logan that she was gonna be, like, white to blue. And I think this point, like, completely escaped me. Because then when I actually finally started concepting her, I made her pink. I made her, like, white to pink. Now that super red is sibling friend vibes. Oh, hell yeah, thank you. Thank God. Thank God. I was worried sometimes. Like, she was originally gonna be, like, because the Leafly Flooflin, has, like, Fae vibes, and has, like, Fae-ish ancestry, which allows them to, like, for example, I think, she can take a long rest in only 4 hours. And she can do things like vanishing and, like, I think like a moon jump or something like that. Yeah, I thought she was gonna be blue, and then I completely forgot about that. When I gave Logan the concept, he was like, oh, I thought she was gonna be blue. And I was like, did I say blue? Did I say blue? Oops. Because once I got her concept down for her outfit and stuff, I completely forgot. Pink just seemed to work. Pink just seemed to work. I gave her, like, I was pulling my references to the side, of, like, what her outfit was gonna look like, what her hair could look like. And then Lynn approached me, and she was like, because Lynn was like in this thing where she was like wanting to practice drawing and concepting and stuff, and she was like, hey, what have you got so far like brewing in your head? And I was like, okay. I showed her my references, and I like gave like a blurb of like what I was expecting things to look like. And I was like, I'm currently like kind of sketching a concept, so like, but this is kind of like where I'm going with this. And Lynn was like, all right. And Lynn was like, I want to see what I can do. And what's really funny, and of course this was gonna happen, especially after I gave Lynn like all the references and everything and what I was actually gonna be doing. Our concepts were pretty damn fucking similar. Like, again, obviously, because I pretty much described what I was going to be sketching and showing her the references, so of course they were. And then we just kind of like, we both like looked at it, but it was Lynn that was like, hat. She needs hat. Lilia originally was not going to have a hat. I had first thought about giving her like a veil. Kind of like those like not a nun veil, but like those like almost like a some sort of like bridally like veil looking thing, some kind of like head cover. But I wasn't quite sure. Like veneer veils? Kind of? No, not a face cover. If you're thinking about the face covers, no. Not those. More like a bridal veil, where it's like, again, like it's like sits on her head, and I wasn't sure what sort of head ornament I was gonna put on her. I wanted to stay away from a big bow for obvious reasons. But I wanted something on her head. And Lynn was like, ha, just beret. Just put this beret with the big poofy camellia on it, and I was like, you know what? I kind of fucking dig it. Let's go. It brought everything all together, and like the colors, everything just worked out. Yes, big hat, no naked head, indecent. And it's also a thing of like, I usually don't put hats on my characters, so that was that thing where I was like, again, when I kept looking at her and being like, something's just missing. The last thing I thought about was a hat. Like, I knew something for the head, but I was like trying to stay away from a hat because I wasn't sure what kind of hat to go with. I would have like I didn't think about a beret because it's like, you know, I usually try to like stay away from something that can seem like maybe too cultural or something. I don't know. I just don't think of hats. But Lynn put the beret on her, and we were like, you know what? Sure, let's go. It fit with her shawl. It just looked, really, a fedora is the way to go. Yeah, I'm trying to think. Like, I had thought about a bow, but I was like, that's too on the nose now that she's pink. The veil didn't seem right. And like, I just couldn't think of it. And then just put a hat on it. I definitely wanted her to have a long, very fluffy, big braid. Like a Rapunzel braid. And because of that, I couldn't have the long flowing hair, just a big poofy braid. But I wanted her hair to also be like generally like kind of very like still somewhat flowy and a little messy. So that's why she's like got the loose strands and stuff that aren't quite in the braid. And then yeah, no, it just kind of all came together. We balanced colors a couple times. And then it just was like, okay, now what's her weapon? Because it was like, is she gonna use a rapier? Most pedal knights use a rapier, blah blah. And when looking at Lilia, originally she was gonna have like a hip bow, like a sash. And I just kind of was like, you know what? Let's give her a parasol. She looks like someone that like doesn't she kind of gave me like princessy peachy vibes. Like, she had a very dreamy air to her, like very I don't want to go into it because it might come out next game. But I'm trying to look for something really quick. Where am I looking? Where am I looking? Where is it?
Fine.
Where is it? That's not where I want it to go. B. That's not it. Where? How do I get to it? Oh my god. Oh. Where is it? Let's see. Libraries, documents. Not in here. Why can't I? Alright. And then why can't I? Okay. Yeah, no, right here. So... Hi, Mithro, how we doing? Let's see. So let's, let me just fix it up real quick, like. Let me see if I can do it here. Bah. Trying to see if I can get it to work here before I like have it going into thing. Wah. Wah. Is it gonna work? Probably not, actually. Oh. Really hope that it would. Chapter specific. How do I do this? If I can't use this, let me see. Let me try Hemkin window. Can I do Hemkin window? Yeah, I can't do Hemkin window. Hemkin window. Where? If y'all will please accompany me over to here where I'm gonna actually show you some of her concepts. Let's go over here real quick. Wah. Wah. There we go. So, these are Lilia's concept arts. The two smaller ones here on the side were made by Lynn. And this one right here on the left. Did you ever see the bunny girl from Star Wars? So I haven't seen that entry of Star Wars, but I have seen the Star Wars bunny girl. And once I decided to go more Flooflin than person, it was like, okay, let's go Star Wars bunny girl. Where it was like essentially an anthro furry. So when it came to the concepts for Lilia, as you can see here, she was definitely more white, with like her hair being pink, and her like anything where the hair was pink, and her main body was mostly white. So the final result, I think, was her being entirely pink. Let me Hemkim look. Yeah, so she's just a lighter pink to white, with her big floppy ears, which were just made even bigger and floopier. She's right there with your girl at the perfect crossroads of bunny and girl. Yeah, and Lynn did a really good job. Like, I think Lynn's art really helped give that sweet, charming, and like, again, like dreamy look to it. And as you can see, she was gonna have like this hip sash going on. But once I decided that I wanted to give her a parasol to really sell that light, airheaded, floaty, dreamy feel, we actually decided to can this little side shawl that was here. I really just wanted to have a lot of flowy elements, but if the parasol is gonna be at her hip when she's not carrying it around, it was going to look very weird on both sides of things. But yeah, we had a lot of fun kind of like really getting into her design. She has like these little wrist cuffs which I forgot to describe now that I think about it. She's got these little lacy wrist cuffs. And yeah, she just ended up being super heckin' cute. We'll just go back to just chatting now. And heckin', there we go. Let's go back to dimming down the lights again. When it came to, my brain just frickin' skipped. When it came to her weapon, after I chose Parasol, it was like, okay, let's have the let's have the sword in the Parasol. I asked Logan, I was like, do you have a thing, or have you allowed like swords that are also like other objects? Like, and he was like, oh, like kind of like how there's like cane swords and stuff. And I was like, yeah, but like, has anyone ever had like, you have like Parasol swords and things like that? He was like, I have cane swords and stuff. I can do like a Parasol sword easy. Yeah. It was, in my head, I know it wasn't a super unique concept, but I really liked the idea of having this really cute, ornate parasol and having it have like a really cute little handle, and then it being like, but it's also a sword. And one of the references I gave over to Hazmi was actually the Tropios. It's a rapier from 14 that was like very elegant looking, that had a big fluffy bow on it. But we decided to like dye down the bow and make it look more like an actual sword handle. And yeah, it just all worked out. I wanted this big puffy Princess Peach parasol, and it all just came together really, really well. And then and then once I started seeing everybody else's designs, I was like, oh god, I stick out like a sore thumb. Everybody's dressed like a D&D adventurer, and I look like I fucking walked out of a freaking girly shoujo novel. I'm like, ah! Ah! It's really funny too, because I was like looking at her, I was like, yeah, she's got brown in there, she looks like an adventurer. It's good, boys need more shoujo. She came directly from that Wonderland about 3 cave systems north, my god. But yeah, Fear improves, they love it when they try it out. It was a bit of a process. They, if it helps, I tend to make black and insert color characters. I like exploring a lot of color palettes. Well, aside from Marile, which the only purple that was in Marile was her hair. I wanted to, especially after I decided to make her pink, I decided to stay away from, making a warm color her central kind of thing, because again, she was already pink. So for her clothing, I was like, I want the pink to stand out, but I also want it to bring up the other colors. And that was where it was like, I want the brown to kind of ground it. I want the blues, not the blue, I wanted purple, because especially when it comes to like some like lavenders, with like a little bit of royal purple, I feel it gives a very, very dreamy look. Like, again, I really wanted her to look super dreamy after we solidified concepting. Because I felt like it would be way too on the nose if after giving her a camellia flower, we start going really into camellias and like fluffy and pink. Again, when she's already mostly like all pink. So that was where it was like, I want to use other colors to kind of show and give that dreamy air. And also because it was like originally, because I wasn't sure, even like way into it, if I was still gonna have her be pink. Because I was like, I said blue. Should I make her blue? Should I make her blue? And that way, like, the purple would still work. Because blue and purple, like, you chose wisely. Yeah, I decided to just say fuck it and just stick to it and just stick to the bit and keep her pink. But like, it took a bit to like really fight and be like, should I make her blue? I said I'd make her blue. Oh no. But yeah. And then it just became a matter of like her personality and how she's gonna be. And again, I wanted her to be a happier character. After playing Maudie, I wanted to stay away from making a overtly sexual character, especially because she's already like a freaking buxom, curvy Banui. It was like, it's too easy to fall into sex jokes. She's already a rabbit. Honestly, wish I would have added more pinks to my Camellia Knight. Aw. I wanted Pink to be there, but like, again, she was already all pink. So when it came to her outfit, I wanted to keep pink to a very, very scarce minimum. So I know like there was one concept that Lynn did before I finalized colors that Lynn thought she was gonna be all pink. And like the shawl and the hat and all of it was pink, and it was just a big pink blob, and I was like, oh no, no, no. Again, I wanted the eye to travel along it and like be like, and notice like other things besides just pink. Like, she's already gonna be a pink thing by default. I didn't want to make her like pink. Like, there are times where I look at myself and I'm like, I'm very pink. Where I'm like, I wonder, ooh, excuse me, itchy eye. I wonder if, well, I've thought about it already, but like, I'm wondering if I should be like, I wonder if I should, if I should like really start considering like, new outfits, sooner than later. I mean, it's gonna be October is when I'll have been a year with this, so obviously no earlier than that. But, you know, the idea of like, I have other outfit concepts, so it's like, I wonder, you know, it's that thing of after designing Lilia, I was like, yeah, maybe even I have too much pink. Like, to be fair, it's like I took the idea of cleric pink and like a pink magical girl, and it's like, and here I am, I'm pink. But like, I don't know. I also like being a pink thing, so it kind of always works out. But obviously, I still do in the future want to think about like other outfits and stuff. I think there's also just the fun in that, and also just like there's other colors on my design too. But yeah, I'm glad that people generally enjoyed her, and hopefully look forward to seeing a lot of her. I'm gonna definitely be doing my best to not repeat the mistakes that I feel like I made with Maudie, where I let my nerves and anxiety roughly get in the way of like how I play my character. Because that was something that like through playing DMS, I feel like held me back considerably from playing Maudie more. I feel like I didn't do well by Maudie, where like I know people enjoyed her and stuff and people love her, but like I feel like whatever I did just wasn't good enough. But it was mostly because of like anxieties and worrying so much about the game and not like being the character. Hope everyone had a good night. Time for me to answer the call. Yeah, of course. Have a wonderful night, and thanks for being here. We'll probably be doing a little bit something else in a little bit, because there's only been one session of Gilligan's Pit, and I don't want that to be like the only thing we talk about, because like I don't want to spoil it for people who probably haven't seen the VOD. And things like that. But I'm really looking forward to seeing where Gilligan's Grave goes. I'm really looking forward to the fact that compared to DMS, it's not going to be as battle heavy. Because I also think that kind of also was a bit of a detriment to me with DMS, is just how combat heavy it was. And how at times it felt like I couldn't be my character. Or like by the time it was time to be my character, I had been in combat for like 3-4 hours, and it's like, I'm sorry, I'm not in Marile right now. I'm squeaky, juggling sheets and crying because I don't know what to do. Not actually crying, but like, yeah, I'm an RP girl. I want to roleplay. I want to be my character. I want to perform. And when we go into game and it's like battle the first thing for the first 3 hours, I'm like, okay. Okay. It really just takes you out of being your character, and I think after that it's just really hard to get in it once you've not been in it. And I think because of that difficulty, it just, again, once the battles were over and it was time to play Marile, it was like, how do I play Marile? You know? I feel like had DMS been, had a bit more roleplay, sprinkled in, I think I feel like I could have done a lot better. But I think also, like, my anxieties and things aside, I think I could have, I feel like I could have gotten more better moments with her. Like, have had her been, like, a part of, like, group discussions, and had her be more than, like, a quip or something like that, you know? That was a thing that always, like, worried me, where I'm just like, I don't know what to say in this conversation. It's all such serious talk. What do I say that people haven't already said? Like, that doesn't seem like parroting or being like, yeah, that person's right, you know? It's hard to get into character when you've burnt out a bit, yeah. And on top of that, with how cursed DMS is. I was gonna say was, but it's not over yet. Like, this was how cursed DMS is, where we would go like a month to a month and a half not playing, where I'm like, yo, I don't even know where I am. What are we doing? I can't imagine how much DMS burns out a motherfucker. Oh my god. Oh my god. Logan's a sweetheart. Logan has apologized to me several times, completely unprompted, to be like, I'm sorry DMS is so battle heavy. I am so sorry. Because the moments that I have had as Marile, the moments that I just like, that are like all role play, that I'm like, just we get those really good character discussions because there's so fucking few. I've had so much fun, and it was like he just randomly he's like, I'm so sorry. I get you. I feel like I try my best to contribute, but when I made a mistake in what I interpret different situations in the game and it's my own fault, it does feel a bit discouraging. There's so much to know and go on. Marile's a treasure, and I wouldn't want DMS. Oh, like, again, I'm so happy that people still enjoyed what I feel was the bit I did for her. I tried to make moments where she could be included. I really wanted what she had to say matter. There were several times where it felt like she was just like a one quip person. Like, I focused so much on doing well in battle that it burnt me out, and then I couldn't play my character, or it felt like I couldn't play my character. There were times that I left the table where I was like, I did not have fun. Or like, where I would cry because, like, I felt like I felt like I failed the table and like didn't contribute. And again, that's nobody's fault. That was just kind of a thing where I was like, what am I doing here? I hate all this combat. I hate all this combat. This combat sucks. What's the dog counter? What's the dog counter at right now? Huh? The dog counter? What? What dog counter? Hot dog. Oh, hot dog. Oh yeah. So so here's the funny thing. So yesterday I went grocery shopping. There's a my stream title, because I was so smart. The Glizzy's great. So here's the thing. So you guys know how like when y'all go to Walmart or like any like supermarket, they got like the 24 pack of hot dogs that are like $5. Gilligan's Glizzy. Y'all know those $5 packs of 24 hot dogs? So I went to the grocery store yesterday at Walmart, because it's a Walmart. Walmart had a thing where it was like, hey, you can get 2 packs for $9. And I was like, you know what would be really funny? In my head, it was hilarious. That's way too many hot dogs. So I bought it. I bought 2 packs of 24 hot dogs for $9. I was in a call with Lynn because I took my phone with me. Of course I did. My stomach is upset thinking about it. I was talking to Lynn about it, and she was with me, and I was like showing her the grocery store. Sent a GIF into the stream chat. I think I know exactly which one. I'm just saying. Oh wow. I was not expecting that one. Okay, you got me, Emerald. But like, I thought it would be really funny. I thought it'd be really funny. I was talking with Lynn and I showed her. I was like, look. Heck in, I can get, Lynn, but I can get 48 hot dogs. And it'll only be $9. And she's like, you sure would have 48 hot dogs. Are you going to eat them? And I was like, I could. Oh, excuse me. And I was like, Griddler made. Did Griddler already make art? Oh my god. Did Griddler already make art? Did Griddler do the griddling? Did Griddler do the griddle? What did they do? I just went to look at the other chat. Why does Anna have 48 hot dogs? Oh, he looks so cute! Oh, hell yeah. Let's go. I can't wait for all the, like, the fucking shenaniganry that we're gonna get into. I made Lilia... Originally, Lilia was only gonna be 5 feet tall. And then I was like... Hold on, where's the art discussion? Heckin... So, originally... Oh my god. It's gonna be a great time. The party has a great vibe by session 1, which is rare to come by. Heckin... Lilia was originally going to be 5 feet, but I had considered like I after like having like was having a little bit of like funny silly times with Lynn, I was like, let's make her shorter. I always make my characters 5 feet and up. Let's go shorter. She's a bunny. Bunnies are tiny. So I made her tiny. I made her 4'8". And because again, like one of the original ideas too was like Lilia knows a funny I didn't take the idea to Logan because I didn't want Lynn to feel like we were like inserting her character into Somnus Domina or anything, and technically it not feel like hers anymore. But like I wanted to like joke that like she has a friend that comes by every once in a while that's this big Oni girl that like she'll like sit on her shoulder and they'll do like they'll be girls together. But I decided not to take that because I didn't want to I didn't want to do that to Lynn. But Jesus Christ actual. Oh shit. The stream has been blessed by the actual Jesus Christ himself. Holy shit, hallowed be thy name, my Lord. How are you? It's actually Jesus Christ. According to your name. Headcanoning friend characters wouldn't be the first time. What do you think of Segi's character? Oh my. Like, so, now, what's really funny was when Logan told me Seki's character was a Goliath, and after he saw how small Lilia was, he already had the idea of in his head, and that was also why he approached us with, like, how well do they know each other? Because he loved the idea of Lilia just, like, freaking sitting, like, freaking hanging off of Skarn, almost like a Kenpachi and Yachiru sort of thing, where she's just hanging off of him or sitting on his shoulder and, like, being a bunny on him, and I thought it was adorable, but I didn't know what he looked like. He just told me he was a Goliath, and I don't know why I thought, like, a big boulder man. Like a big bouldery rock man. I don't know why I thought that. But it was hilarious. And I decided to keep her so small, and I was like, my god, she's so tiny. She's probably gonna be the tiniest person in the team. And then I saw everybody else. And I was like, god damn it, how? How is my actual shortest character out of all of my characters, the shortest one, the second tallest in the group? How? How? Why is everybody small? Fucking halflings. I didn't factor in the halflings. I was like, this is bullshit. This is bullshit. Halflings and gnomes. And an actual child. I was upset. I was like, I'm upset! I wasn't actually upset. I was like, that was my reaction when I saw the art. Even the human is smaller. I want to play a tiny MF, actually. It seems like fun. It was, oh my god. But yeah, no, I think Segi's character is gonna be a lot of fun to hope, and I hope that we are able to have like a good dynamic. Because like, especially like after like the little bit of conversation that we did have on like how much they knew each other. Wait, no, gnomes, they're just both halflings. Oh, they're both halflings? Okay, I thought one of them was a gnome. But yeah. I just thinking that I was gonna be the smallest person and I'm the second tallest, I was like, this is bullshit. It's fucking bullshit. Just be a tiny fairy monk that zips, zoops, and blaps. Oh man, god. I was upsetty spaghetti. But it was what it is. I wasn't gonna make her smaller. I was like, no, I want her to still be like medium character. I don't want her to be actually small. But I could have made her smaller, but I didn't want to. It was just really funny how that happened. And then just the fact that freaking Skarn is so freaking huge. Aaron went for a minimum 3 foot and he's so small. He is so tiny. It's insane. Yeah, Desmond looks exceptionally smaller, but is still the same race as Pepper. Yeah, he is so teeny. Like, it's crazy how teeny he is. And that's the thing too, is like when you look at Lilia's art, she's not standing straight up. She's not standing straight up like she normally would. I say this because I know I'm looking at like Gridler's art. Where is it? Gridler's art has her kind of have a little bit of a hunch. That little Banui hunch. But like, where's Lilia's art? I guess she does have a little bit of a bunny hunch. But like, she's not standing straight up in her art. She's kind of like, she kind of like gives this impression like she's kind of floating down, and she's like jutting her butt out, and she's kind of posing in a nice little like dreamy sort of way. You can see how like fat her ass is. She has a big butt. She got a booty. She's like va-va-voom. Like, she's got big booba, and she got a big booty. She a big booty banui. She a big booty bunny. She's got nice buns. She's got buns everywhere. She's a nice bun with some nice buns and some nice buns. She is soft and squishy in all the places that matter. Would she count as a short stack? Abso-fucking-lutely. She is a short stack. Absolutely a short stack. No, she is stacked. Like, I don't know if like the full arts are ever gonna be like shared. But if you have a subscription, you can share the VOD. You can see, like, even though she's like at an angle, she got them booba. She got some big boobas. I wanted her to be very curvy. She's been given the right to sit on the council, but has not been granted the title of goblin with a fat ass. She got curves. Yes, I love my characters curvy. I love them curvy. I need them to be buxom and freaking squishy. And then again, those big freaking huge floppers. I fucking love her floppy ears. Would cuddle the floof. Yes. That is why she is flooflin, because she is floofy. She is floofy flooflin. Floofy flooflin. I love that. But yeah, no, I love her huge freaking flopper ears. They are way too big. I love it. I wanted, because that was the thing. I saw the flooflin, and they had like the big up ears, and most bunny girls, they do the up ears. I can't think of a better way to say that. The up ears. And I was just like, I want a loppy bunny. The absurdly oversized ears sell her so oh man, one day I hope to play one of Logan's super cool races. When I decided Flooflin, I was like, when I saw the Star Wars bunny, I was like, yo, Cream from Sonic is a loppy bunny. Yeah, I definitely know that, but like, how big are Cream's ears? I haven't played a Sonic game in a long time, so I don't even remember what Cream looks like. I just know that she's literally a bunny in a dress. Okay, she's got like, yeah, they're loppy. They're kind of floopy. Big enough to fly, Dumbo fly. Okay. Oh, and because of how they fall, they look like twin tails. Yeah, they make her ears kind of look like twin tails too when you really like look at it. Okay. Yeah. Now I remember. Now I remember. They're fairly normal size, just like, yeah, like pigtails. Yeah, I saw, but I when it came to finalizing the idea of what kind of bunny girl she was gonna be, the Star Wars bunny really helped with that. But also backwards. Yeah. While like Lilia's kind of fall on the side like actual lop rabbits would, like loppy bunnies, and like again, like those big loppy eared bunnies, I was like, I want a big loppy ear. Big lumpy ears. I wanted like freaking Eeyore ears and stuff, you know? And just, again, just having those big floppers where like... Now, I'm pretty sure with actual rabbits, even if they have those big loppy ears, they can't really, again, I wouldn't know, but like, I feel like actual bunnies with ears those long and floppy can't really control them. But I like the idea of her being able to kind of like, even if just like a good bit, be able to perk her ears a little bit up. But her ears, because they're usually pretty thin. Bunny ears are usually thin, so it's like they're usually pretty light. I love the fact that you can never need an eye mask because you can just flop your ear on your face. It's really cute. Although it would suck sharing a bed with her, because what if you roll over and then you're on her ear? Like, that has to be worse than like rolling over and someone being on your hair. Like being on someone's ear. Emoting through ears in fantasy is goated and necessary. I definitely wanted her to have, like, to emote with her ears. I love it. I love the idea of her emoting with her ears. Oh, God. It'll be the worst thing. Gotta wear a nightcap just to tuck in the ears. Well, I could command it to kind of ties her ears up so they don't get rolled over. Again, she just freaking rolls them up. Like when people go to bed with rolos, with rollers, she just rolls up her ears and just like puts them in like a little bonnet. Because of that, she can't hear shit. Can't hear shit though in the morning. She probably could. It's just very muffled. She goes to bed with rolos. She'd also be very hot with the fur. Oh, probably. I'm assuming now we're in like fantasy territory, so we can't really imagine too much, but I don't really care. Because of how the pits are, I feel like living underground would be fairly cool. So, and honestly, when it comes to like furs, like rabbit fur and just like animals with furs like that, they help with retaining heat and expelling heat. So actually, she would probably be pretty all right either way. Although probably when it comes to pajama wise, she probably wouldn't wear like heavy pajamas. Like she wouldn't be wearing like sweaters and long pants to bed. She'd probably be wearing like cute little jammies, like your cute little tank top and shorts, jammies. Oh, true, probably nice and cool down there. Yeah, because again, it's underground. Each ear has a bonnet, so she just looks like Chun-Li. That would be adorable.
No.
Oh yeah, those would be some decent heat sinks. Yeah, so it's like, she probably would be, like, I feel like for a rabbit race, underground is perfect for them. I love her relationship with her dad. Oh yeah. Now, I don't think it's going to be relevant, but like, I don't think it's gonna be relevant, but I'm not gonna say it because I want to see how much people, because I know there are some people out there who really love listening to the details, and like, I know there's, I guess, I can't talk. There are people in the audience that are really good listeners and pay really good attention to detail, like crazy impressive. So I kind of want to see if Lilia's family, if more of her family members appear, because she's got her entire family, including her, is 7 people. It's her mother, her father, she has an older brother, and then she has 3 younger sisters. And wait, 7? Yes. Her family is 7 people, including her. Yeah, so she's got, well, actually, I did say the name of her siblings. Lulz, my camellia had 7. God, the triplets hit me personally. Yeah, so you have her father Capro. Let me just double check to make sure. Let me double check, because sometimes I forget shit. Okay, yeah, so her father is Capro. I remember because I said this on stream. I didn't say the name of her brother. I don't think I did. And I didn't say the name of her mother. But her siblings are called Sylvie, Nesso, and Poe. And then there's her last name, Laporte. I'm going to, that's all I'm going to point out is the names. And I just wonder if someone's going to be able to notice, because there's a trend. There's a trend with the family names of Lilia's family names, because I love doing dumb shit like that. I essentially did something similar to what I did with Polo and her family. I found a theme, and then I stuck to it for her family. Like, I have triplet sisters, and you almost never see that come up in media or even in general.
What I'm hearing is that you're like Akira Toriyama when he makes groups of different people, and he just names them after certain things, like fucking vegetables, and everybody fits in the fridge, in the freezer.
Or naming the gods after fucking liquor.
Or bibbity bobbity boo. Oh wait, I'm beautiful now.
Good job! Even, oh, if you aren't theming the names, what the hell are you even doing? Yeah. I like to think I like doing little things with name gimmicks, because I also, again, there are some people who pay attention, like, to, like, little details like that, and they're like, oh shit! So, like, I don't know, whoever can guess, whoever can figure out the name theme I have with Lilia and her family, I don't know, they'll get a tier 3 sub for Nat19. I'll give them a tier 3 sub. Margot's family isn't clever, just M letters. With Polo, it was literally just constellations. And no, not constellations. No, that's Polo's beasts. Her beasts are named after constellations. Her family is named after stars. And each member of her family that has horns, their horns are based on a specific species of sheep. So her family has 2 gimmicks, and then herself has 3. 3 gimmicks. Stars and sheep. Yeah, but Lilia's not as gimmicky. It's just her family names. My girl Rika's family each revolve around a different gemstone. Oh hell yeah. I love fucking gemstones so much. Oh my god. What names did we get already? We got Capro for her father. And then when we were talking a little bit about her family, I said the names Sylvie, Nesso, and Poe for the triplets. But yeah. I'm really looking forward to playing her more. And also a separate druidic class. Ooh. I think I have an inkling of the thread. Hell yeah. I love when I make it too obvious. And that was that thing where it was like, if she's gonna be a bunny, she's gonna have a sizable family. She's going to have a sizable family. And yeah, it was fun. It was fun, like giving like a small, like I kept it very minimal blurb of like her family and her relationship with her family. Oh yeah, I may be dumb, but is DMS over or is it going for alternating weeks till it's done? So DMS will be continuing on the 13th of this month. So in 12 days. And it will be continuing to be bi-weekly again. So it's going to be on bi-weekly Thursdays. That's what's going to be happening. Yeah, because DMS isn't over yet. It's just, excuse me. We were hoping, yeah, we're on the final mission. We were hoping that DMS would be finished after being weekly, but the curse didn't really give us a fucking break, and things ended up just happening. Like, it just kind of was one thing after another. Like, even trying to be weekly could have been finished. Exactly. We could have probably finished DMS if we had been able to have a session every week, but it is what it was. We tried. Okay. That was that thing of, like, if we kept doing it on Saturday, Gilligan's Pit probably wouldn't be starting. We probably wouldn't be able to start Gilligan's Pit for another month. Like, it probably would have delayed today's session by another month. Maybe. Like, I think Logan originally wanted to start Gilligan's Pit around April. Or even, like, I think the latest they wanted to do it was, like, May. Like, early May. But it just wasn't happening. We just were missing so many games. I remember when he first told me about Gilligan's Pit, like, before even, like, we had a name, just to, like, the interim game, the first interim game. He was saying that it might happen, like, February or March at the earliest. And then, like, May, the latest. And, you know, then the stuff with the Kickstarter happened. People were, you know, we had people with burnout. We had people who, like, hadn't slept. Things kept happening. Both sides' Somnus Dominant games would have been delayed, and then also the return of Vestige, and that's a big sacrifice, exactly. Like, I'm pretty sure that when it comes to the interim games, it's going to be first Gilligan's Pit, and then it's going to be the other game. And that's going to be with the other batch, so, like, Hayden and Cody and Spencer, and I think Eric is going to be... Is Eric going to be in that one? Who's gonna be in the other one? I know it. I know Hayden. They're gonna be in it. Cody. And I think Spencer is gonna be in it too. No idea. I know I'm not. Huh. Maddie? Maddie? They haven't said who the extra cast are. Yeah, they haven't said. Okay. Oh, Matt. I'm sorry, I'm still, like, my brain... It's already enough that I've, like, never really interacted. I never really interacted when they were going by Izzy. So now my head is, like, not connecting the dots because I don't know them. I hate saying that. I've never truly talked to him. Matt. There you go. Maybe they're in that one. Don't take my word for law. I have no fucking clue. I have no fucking clue. Yeah. But that's the thing. I guess the way to say it is, like, I barely even knew them going by the first name they were going by. So now it's kind of trying to remember that, oh yeah, you know, Matt. We have a Matt, you know? No worries. No worries. Mr. Kirito abridged. Yeah. No, I know they go by Matt. I know they go by Matt now. It's just, again, my brain wasn't connecting the dots. Ooh, sorry. No, we get it. We're good. But yeah, no, I think maybe them, but I think both games are having one or two new players, but I think they're only having one because, like, Gilligan's Pit has Justice. And then I think the other game is supposed to have somebody, but I don't know, obviously. I don't know who they are. But I'm pretty sure, I know for a fact that Spencer, Hayden, and Cody are in the other one. We do have a bunch of, yes, there are a lot of potential guests. I just don't know actually, like, who or how big the pool is. The goal was to bring in a couple that haven't been in the main Vestige game. Yeah. I know definitely Logan wanted to also, like, in general have a smaller group for both the games. So, like, the potential of there being a big crowd of people. It like that a big crowd of people in the game is like not as likely. What? A 7-player table couldn't be that. Yeah, no, I remember looking, not being in the, obviously, I remember looking at the vestige at the chat one day and seeing like 11 people in there, and I was like, what the fuck is going on over there? Like, literally, it's like, what the heck are they doing over there? Why are there so many people? Why are there so many people in there? What you all doing in there? That's way too many people in a D&D table. What y'all doing? Like, what the fuck? Oh my god. It was like, what? Was it like 11 people? Eric was there. Corinne was there. I think Sid played the sister. Corinne played Elma. It was like the Suicide Squawk. It was like the Suicide Squawk were there. And like, and I think, yeah, Tosh. Oh, okay, Tosh, not Sid. Tosh and Chase. Yeah, they were there. And then the year of Alejandro. That's crazy to think about, that Ale was invested for a year. The big fight against Tenebros was honestly so cool. But oh my god, I remember looking at that chat and seeing all those people in there. And freaking, I think that was what, like an 8-hour game? Like a 7-8 hour game? I was like, no, absolutely not. No, no. Hanokuni lasted so much longer than I remember it being. Yeah, that was, interesting, if I do say so. I think that was interesting. In game, it was only a month. Yeah, time dilation. Time dilation. Así lo que pasa. Like how part 5 of JoJo was all 1 week. I don't know JoJo. Logan does love him a big boss, but you know what? Now, I remember only tuning in for like 5 minutes just to see what the hell was going on that warranted so many fucking people at once. And I saw like people were like sectioned off into groups around the boss, and you know what it reminded me of? It reminded me immediately of the Bizarro Sephiroth boss fight from Final Fantasy VII. If anyone's played the OG Final Fantasy VII, the Bizarro Sephiroth fight, where he's that big fucking bird shit, and like your party, all your party is grouped into 3. Because I think at that time you now had, I think you had 9 party members? I think. Yeah, because you would have Cloud, Tifa, Barrett. Sephiroth becomes a bird. He becomes like this big like Birdman thing. I'll grab a picture. Actually, hold on. Let me turn on the lights and let me. Lamau, I love it. Hold on. Let me. Here we go. Let me quickly make my way back here really quick. So like Bizarro Sephiroth looks like this. Oh, no. Here we go. Is it a secret boss? No, it's not a secret boss. It's literally the boss battle before Seraph Sephiroth. So Sephiroth, spoiler for Final Fantasy VII, by the way, I guess. Spoiler for Final Fantasy VII. The Sephiroth boss, the final boss Sephiroth, is split into like 3 parts. Why the fuck does he look Pregante? So there are 3 phases. This one is the first phase you fight. This is called Bizarro Sephiroth. It actually looks like this. So you've got, I think the way the battle is split. You've got the 2 wings, the bulb, and the head. And your party is split into 3. So obviously this is the end of the game. You don't have Aerith. So you had Cloud, Tifa, Barrett, Vincent, Kate Sith, if you got Vincent, Yuffie, if you got Yuffie, Red 13, and Sid. So you had, yeah, you only had 8 party members. Because, yeah, Aerith is gone, and then she would have been the 9th one. So then you've got 2 parties of 3 and 1 party of 2, if I'm remembering right. And you had to, or you had 2 parties of 3. I can't remember, but you're almost all your party, all your teams, all your characters are bunched together, and you fight with all the characters. Which I can't remember if the other characters leveled up with you in some way. I think they probably fall behind in a way. I have no idea. Please, I don't remember. But like, you essentially had to fight with 2 teams. And then he became this. And this is where One Winged Angel plays. He comes down like this. He's got literally, you know, he's got 7 wings, but you know, the one wing here, this is the one we care about. This is the one. This is the one we care about. Safer Sephiroth, more like more dangerous Sephiroth. Yeah, so this one, I think it was mistranslated as safer. It's supposed to be Seraph Sephiroth. I think it's 3 of 3 because there's one more guy. You don't get another person.
No, it's Safer Sephiroth because they fucking censored his crotch.
No, I'm not that. No, I'm talking about like, I think it's 3 of 3 because there's one more guy. Hit him with the go grind more and get good pilot. No, I said Sid, Drill. There's Cloud, there's obviously Cloud, there's Barrett and Tifa. Then there's Yuffie and Vincent, who are optional. Then there's Kate Sith, and Sid. And Red 13. That's 8. If Aerith lived, there'd be 9. But because she dies, you're left with a total of 8 playable characters. So yeah, no, we counted Sid. We counted Sid. But yeah, he becomes this thing, and then so this is phase 2. This is phase 2. And then yeah, that's it. And then there's a phase 3, but you know, phase 3. I guess there's like a really ugly figure. Holy shit, that is ugly. Anyhow, back to just chatting. And turn down the light again. Then phase 3 when he takes off his shirt. Yeah, there you go. That's the 3rd phase. No shirt. No shirt, Sephiroth.
It'd be kind of weird if he grew back his shirt after the fucking angel fight. His pants were already censored, like we talked about them.
Well, here's the weird thing too. Oh, I think it was like the fight takes place at like not the center of the earth, but pretty damn close. Like, I wonder how they're gonna do that in the remake. That'll be interesting. I should play remake at some point. But yeah. Why did we bring up Sephiroth? Yeah, have a good night, Drill. Why did we bring up Sephiroth? How did we get to Sephiroth? Oh yeah, because the Tenebros fight. That's right. The way the people were laid out, it reminded me of the Safer Sephiroth fight. There we go. That's how we got there. That's how we got there. I'm sorry. Yeah. Lol. I like completely forgot. I just completely lost my train. It was gone. It was phew. But yeah. Heckin', that's where things were heckin' going. But yeah, no, I went in there, I saw that was going on, I was like, fuck no, and then I stopped. And then I went to go do what I was doing, which I think was streaming. I think I was streaming at that day too, because it was Saturday. Yeah, I think so. Can't remember. Ooh. Excuse me. I think that was probably actually when I was still working Saturdays. But you see, I would work and then I would come home, shower, and then stream. Oh, I remember those. I remember that. Oh, man. But yes, I think that, and then on top of just having so many people for Honokuni, Logan was just kind of like, yeah, I'm probably not gonna have so many people anymore. And then wanted to have like a smaller party. And I think that will be also really good. Making sure, excuse me, everybody kind of is able to have a moment. I think that'll be a lot of fun. I think that'll also allow for more indulgent roleplay. I think not having. Who is Bernard and why is he pure and holy? Hi, Kaiser. Bernard is my mascot. Gives more time for players to have their time, especially the quieter beans. I like critical information. So Bernard, I don't have him here right now, but Bernard is my blue-footed booby. He is my mascot. And yeah, everybody knows Bernard. Everybody knows Bernard. Yeah, I have a sweater of him. Bernard is booby. Bernard is booby. The boldest of birds. The boobiest of birds. We broke V-Bridger. Hell yeah. It only took y'all an hour and 40 minutes to break V-Bridger. Fuck yeah. Let me fix that. Let me fix that. Let me fix that. Eh. There we go. It's back. Now, I will definitely be considering it. Oh, there we go. I definitely am still in the process of considering it, and then it's gonna have to be looking for somebody that can help me. How was everyone's week? It's been an alright week. Oh, excuse me. Honestly. So at the moment, for those who don't know, I am currently unemployed because last week I quit my job. It was a very toxic environment. It was pretty bad. So I quit. So the general idea is to take some time off before looking for another job. And there's potentially one that's lined up, which is really good because if like finding another job isn't as stressful and I'm able to keep generally a good schedule, then it'll definitely take a lot of strain off. I have a good amount of money to keep myself afloat, but I think just 1 week not having a job to go to mentally has been a bit rough, actually. Good plans all around. Sounds like an eventful week, if nothing else. Well, I've definitely been able to keep myself busy. I've definitely done quite a bit of cleaning, organizing, clearing out stuff I don't need and things like that. Essentially minimizing stuff. Losing the structure of a schedule can be rough. Yes, it's been rough. It like waking up, because I still wake up relatively early, and then I kind of have to like process in my head that I actually don't have to go anywhere and then go back to sleep. But like the tension of like the stress because of like how it affects me has made my body like really tense. Like I had some pretty scary panic attacks during the week from like feeling like just like something really like just feeling really wrong. When I lost my job, it was super freeing, but God, it's been rough since the first month. Yeah, it was again having like panic attacks where it's like my brain would be like, but you don't have a job, so you don't have money coming in, so like the world is ending now. And it's like, what? You know? Anxiety is a bitch. Yeah, it's it figures itself out after a bit, you know? So ooh, excuse me. Woo. It's just kind of getting used to it, but I don't want it to be like the new normal. I definitely don't want to go more than a month with no job. Obviously trying to fit some extra streams where I can. Like I streamed on Tuesday, I streamed a little bit on Wednesday, you know? Like if I'm able to add in an extra stream or two to kind of maybe feel like I'm doing something, then yeah. You're the most girl boss. Aww. Well, honestly, at least I was able to put like my experience on my resume. Like I had to update my resume and I was like, holy shit, like I have like 7 years of experience in a job and like I can now like put these skills on a resume and be like, well, I did this, you know? It was a time. I can imagine for me it would be a sheer state of boredom for me of, man, I have nothing to do. To be fair though, I still end up saying I have nothing to do whenever I have idle time for when I'm bored for work. I'm also glad you refused to take that manager shit. Oh my god, I needed to. Like, here's the thing. Going back to that job is the absolute worst case scenario. And even then, if I do go back, it would be with a raise in benefits. But, it's that thing where I'm like, I just don't want to go back, you know? I don't want to go back. But now it's like finding something that will pay about as much as what I used to be getting, like before the raise in benefits, you know? Because when I left, I was getting paid $20.50. So I would need a place that's at least paying 18 or 19. If it's paying 18 or 19, and it has tips, then easier. But I'm not gonna expect crazy tips. Because like certain businesses, people just don't tip, and I mean that's fine. It's understandable if people don't want to tip. It is what it is. Oh, but yeah. Oh, excuse me. We'll see where that goes. If anything else, if it ends up just being temporary, then I could also like even get a job where like Jester works. Like I have options, which is good. It's just, you know, telling my anxiety that, because, you know, anxiety, the thing with anxiety is that 75% of the time it's irrational. So it's just dealing with that, you know? That is what it is. Anxiety don't give a fuck. It really don't. Ooh, it really don't. I really don't. But yeah. Heckin'. When it comes to things, like I'm just trying to like take this time and like chill. If I start getting like really melancholic or anxious that I haven't found a job yet, I'll probably like print out and hand out some resumes. It could see what offerings I get. In my case, at least, my week's been good. I had a party yesterday with close friends, and earlier today I went to a Ren fair. This month in general has been phenomenal. The month has just started. It's the 1st of June. Hell yeah, that's good. It's always fun to know. I've never been to a Renaissance fair. Hi, Axerman. Hello, how are we doing? Ooh. What a wonderful night. Oh, man. So I wasn't... Alright, it's June. I meant to say May, Lamau. It's okay. I'm actually kind of surprised I was able to yap for like about 2 hours. Like legit, a part of me was like, what do I do if like I can't find much stuff to talk about? But like, I did have something silly we could all watch. Should we? Oh, excuse me. Should we still have a little bit of time to impart in our comfiness? A while back, I was watching a Super Eye Patch Wolf video. where he was talking about like games that don't actually exist but have media that make it seem like they do. And there was a period in that video where he was talking about how like games that like don't exist but try to give off that feel with like fake game guides. And Ren festivals are fun, but yeah, one weekend was a special Reptile Expo. Weekend after that was a concert. After that was a visit to yeah, I haven't gone to an anime convention in a long time. Like, I know. Oh shit. I know Logan keeps saying he wants to do something for SakuraCon. He wants to do SakuraCon, and he wants to do like, he's talked about how he wants to do like a Nat 19 panel one day for SakuraCon. Or like in general, like a Project Mouthwash, but mostly Nat 19. And that'd be something that'd be really cool to go to. You know, until I get over the fact that that means I have to physically go there, which means that people will physically know what I look like. They used to do SakuraCon every year before COVID. Yeah, I remember hearing about it. The concert at the Reptile Expo were the highlights, not counting the times I got to spend with my crush, Lamau. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I just do a face mask. No, that would be just uncomfortable. It's hold on, my arms aren't arms. There we go. Cosplay to the nines. Never let them know. No, I couldn't cosplay. It'll just be interesting. Like wouldn't. No, I just don't think I mean this in like a nice way. I don't consider myself to be a photogenic or conventionally attractive person. Like you. Like when people are like, you're a VTuber because you're ugly, I'd be like, yeah. Yeah, you're right.
You're fucking wrong.
The expo primarily because of its specialness had hot section, which was yeah, no, I again, with me it's constellation prize. All art of you ends up in me. Oh, thank you. Hey, Erin! Yeah. But yeah, no, Logan's talked about going to SakuraCon again, to do like Nat 19 panels and stuff, and that sounds really cool to go to. I think that'd be really cool. Blah, my brain. Oh, excuse me. Excuse me. I think it'd be really fun. I think once I get over my nerves of, oh god, people are going to physically know what I look like. Upside, you get to meet all the homies in person. Oh yeah, definitely. I already have met a good chunk of them in person. Like last year.
The bread is here!
Heckin' Knox.
Can you believe it?
Giving
we were just about to throw all this away.
Aaron.
What a waste.
Heckin', no, I freaking saw the boys last year. We saw Logan, we saw Eric, I saw Carrie, I saw Izzy for a little bit, I saw Aaron for a bit. Excuse me. I hid mostly. You were kind of around. I'm wont to hide. But yeah, that was fun. That was a fun time. But yeah, no, it'd be also fun to like see people in like a convention area. It'd be really cool to go to Seattle and stuff like that. Never been well, I was saying I've never been to a panel. I have been, but I've never been like a panel person. Not that I would be, you know. I don't think they'd put me at the table, but it'd be interesting. Is pretty much what I'd say. I don't know if I had anything interesting to say at a panel. I have no idea. I have no idea what I would say, like, at a panel. You could be on a panel. Like, saying what? Doing what? I don't know what I would say or do. Get on the panel and vibe. I feel like people go to panels for like there's a topic and like that's my secret cap. Yeah, I was like, there's usually like a prompt that people talk about. Like I definitely know Logan, Aaron, and Hayden would be there. They would definitely be like the panel heads. And then I don't know who else would be there if they would need more people. Literally what you're doing now with Gilligan's Grave and Talk. Yeah, but like this is like my stream. This is kind of different, you know? Like I'm just here, you know, in my room with you guys, you know. It's different. A little different. But yeah, I think it'd be really fun. I think. Usually they have like 5-ish, 3 to 5 people on a panel, so I don't know, maybe I'd be there to like throw a dumb quip or something. I don't know because I'm also like offline. I think offline, if I feel like I'm on center, like on stage or something, like I'm like nervous. So I don't know, I feel like I'd be so nervous. Like it's easier online because it's like, again, it's kind of like why I can't be like a webcam streamer. Like I feel so like anxious in front of a camera. So like knowing people are staring at me, I'd be like, oh shit. I don't know. It'd be fun. It'd be an experience, actually. It'd be an experience because I've taken public speaking. Like I can speak in public and I can speak to people. I'm very personable when I tell myself, like when I put myself in that mode. So who knows? I might even surprise myself. I kind of surprised myself today with like how Gilligan's Pit went like at the beginning when it came to like introducing our characters and stuff. So who knows? I might surprise myself. You never know. But yeah, I didn't think that I would be able to yap for like 2 hours. So I had like a little video where after listening to that Super Eye Patch Wolf, I was like, I kind of want to watch something like silly and nostalgic. And I was like, I found like an hour-long video of like a bunch of old commercials. And I was like, oh my god, how many of these can I remember? So I think after a BRB break, we might do that. We might get comfy and maybe look at some old nostalgia things that only 90, well, I say only 90s kids will understand, but it's from 2000s. Because when you really think about it, like, at the year 2000, I was like 5. Wait. No. I was in 3rd grade in 2001. Which then would have been... No, I wasn't. How old am I? I just had a moment like... 7? Yeah. I would have been 7 in the year 2000. Yeah, because I started kindergarten at 5 and turned 6. Then 1st grade was 6 to 7. Yeah, I was 8. Though I enjoy getting to see the highs and lows, the prequel tragedy epic of what Gilligan's grave is marked as. Wait, is it marketed as a prequel tragedy epic? Where the fuck does it say that? What? What? What are you talking about? Who the fuck said this is a I didn't sign up for a tragedy. What the fuck? Aaron! Turns out we're playing a Calamity game. Who the fuck said that? What? What are you talking about? Might be mixing a lot of thoughts. I don't think that's real. Okay. I was heckin' concerned. I love that you didn't just math from... Okay, like, so let me look at this. So if... in the year 2000... if we minus my year of that's not the number, I was 7. Yeah, I was 7. Okay. Look, I'm not good at math. No one named Logan or anything. Look, I might be stupid. But we're gonna take a quick BRB. I'm gonna grab a heckin' drinky. I have 2 drinks that I got when I went to go to the post office to pick up my din charm. I have one that's called Coca-Cola Spiced Raspberry. And then the other one that is a Dr. Pepper Strawberry Cream. Hi, Devil May Cry. We're about to go BRB real quick. Whoa! Alan Chocobo, hello and welcome. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. How are you doing today? So yeah, there's a Strawberry Cream Dr. Pepper that I grabbed. And a Spiced Raspberry Coca-Cola. Yeah, Strawberry Cream Dr. Pepper. And Raspberry Cream... No. Strawberry Cream Dr. Pepper and Spiced Raspberry Coca-Cola. I grabbed them from Shoppers. And I was like, get the spice. Yeah, I think I'll grab that one, but I'm gonna take a quick BRB. So everybody, get a heckin' stretch in. Get a heckin' stretch. Grab a snack. I think we're gonna heckin' go back to the 2000s. We're gonna watch some old infomercials. I wanna have like a nostalgic stream. So cream soda plus Dr. Pepper sounds great. It sounds lovely, but I think we're gonna do the spiced raspberry. I'm curious of what the fuck they mean by spiced. But we'll be right back. So everybody get a break, get a snack, get comfy. We'll be back in about 3 to 5 minutes because I'm also going to take a quick little potty break, and I will see you guys in a momo.